It is good to be bad, people. Hello, I am Variax. Welcome to my Let's Play of Dungeon Keeper 2. This game was released in 1999 by the sadly defunct Bullfrog, who also made games like Theme Hospital, Theme Park, and, strangely enough, Dungeon Keeper. Honestly, I didn't really care for Dungeon Keeper that much. I will not be Let's Playing it before you ask. That's why I've skipped on straight onto Dungeon Keeper 2. I know a lot of people will go, blasphemy, when I say that, but Dungeon Keeper was a bit too chaotic, a bit too quick for me. Dungeon Keeper 2's more slow, methodical. It's if you don't know, this is a real-time strategy game, in essence, in which you are an evil overlord who is in charge of a dungeon, and you build rooms within this dungeon to attract monsters, and with these monsters you go and fight the heroes to get the portal gems, which you need to escape the underworld and wreak havoc above ground, which was going to be the setup for Dungeon Keeper 3, but sadly that never saw the light of day. I bought this game on GOG.com, goodoldgames.com, for a very reasonable price. It works fine on Windows 7, apart from that it crashes occasionally, so I guess it doesn't work fine. But it works better than I could ever get it working, so I will be saving quite often. And if it does crash and suddenly cuts off the recording, then what I will do is I will reload the last save game and play until a reasonable sort of time where I was before, then start recording again. So you'll get little skips in the recording probably, and I'll just tell you it crashed, but we're here again type thing. We're going to play a single player new campaign. This is the world that we must defeat, divided into little sort of segments, little lands that we have to kill. You can also find secrets in the game which fill out this, and they're just like hidden levels. They're sort of oh, what's the word? Gimmicky. There's like a bowling alley one and a first-person shootery one, even though this is a tactical game, quite an easy tactical game at that. And this is the first level that we're going to do now. More of a tutorial level, indeed the first couple of lands are pretty much tutorial. I'm going to hand you over to my co-commentator now, the Mentor. He is an audio dude who tells you stuff that's happening in your dungeon. I'm not going to turn him off because he's awesome, and the game is actually quite funny. As you might have guessed by the intro, it's sort of a half scary, half funny film. sort of on the same sort of lines as Gremlins, I suppose. And it has a good sense of humour about it, and it is a good deal of fun to play and hopefully watch as well. So I'll stop babbling and Mentor, take it away.
Smilesville. Welcome, Keeper. Before you lies a happy and carefree realm. The local champion, Lord Antonius, holds the first portal gem you require. Learn how to construct a dungeon, and build up your forces so that you can crush Lord Antonius and wipe the smile from his face.
Let's do it!
Behold, your dungeon heart. Protect it well, for if it is destroyed, you will be banished forever from this land. Here walks the goodly Lord Antonius. 'Tis he who holds the precious portal gem, but only when you've mustered strength sufficient should you challenge him and claim your prize. Lair. Hatchery.
Just going to pause it now and save the game. Save it as 1. These are test recordings. Clearly that I wasn't too happy with the way things were going with that one. But,
Game saved.
okay, we'll save that. Now, in this level, the Mentor will be talking a lot, and I will be talking not much at all, which I'm sure will be a relief for many of you. Because this is, he's got a lot to say. So we can learn how to play the game together.
First, there's money to be made. Click on the flashing seam of gold. Your imps will dig out the area you designate.
Okay. That was easy. Now it's highlighted so that my imps will go and dig them. The imps are basically your villagers.
Well done. And now your faithful servant imps will carry back your gold to Dungeon Heart. Once here, it can be spent.
Just gonna
The golden scale atop the screen keeps track of your reserves. A start indeed, but more gold is required. 12,000 units should be mined.
Let's go and mine this gold then. So there's your little imps. They will go and do all your digging and fetching and carrying for you. They'll lay all the traps that you build and install all the doors and do all the mining.
Flowers float above your imps. These give measure to their health. Their skill acquired and reflect the simple thoughts within.
So we see he is a level 1, and it's filling up because he's getting up to level 2. And this is my land he's claiming here.
Excellent.
All these tiles belong to me now.
You are ready to recruit more creatures to your cause. See? A portal near your dungeon heart, to where your imps must dig. They'll claim this portal to be yours. You'll see what beasts emerge.
All this stuff that he's saying is appearing here. But we don't need to read these because he's saying
Your
them.
dungeon heart is full of gold. No more than 16,000 is carried home.
There's all the piles of gold. I can pick these up. So there's 1,000 gold. Drop them again. See your altars up there. This is your mana as well, but this is used for spells and traps later. He's going to claim that for me. It'll take a bit longer. It's a bigger area for him to claim.
Behold your portal, the gate through which new creatures enter your domain, drawn forth to use the runes which you provide.
He's strengthening the wall there, so it'll turn it like that, and it just makes it stronger.
Look well. A goblin has entered your domain. On his own, he is a cowardly beast, but in a horde becomes a useful fighting force.
All the creatures have names. If we select him, his name is Mulch.
Your goblins need a lair where they shall sleep. Tag the flashing area to guide your imps to dig sufficient space.
Just click and drag. There we go. Now my imps are going to build out a room. Your imps have different priorities, like when they have nothing to do they'll try and reinforce the walls. If I give them a task like this, then they'll go and do that. They'll stop reinforcing the walls and go and do that. They're quite smart. But yeah, so we have Mulk, see up there? Mulk the Goblin, he's idle and doing nothing right now. But he's happy, so that's good. Now we can pick these guys up.
Ah, you've picked a creature up. To drop him, right-click anywhere on your land.
Now, imps are an exception because you can also drop them on dirt. This is dirt. This is your land up here. This is dirt. And you can drop imps on dirt. You can't drop normal creatures on dirt. This could actually be quite useful for exploring. I will be abusing it. Now we can't build on this yet because it's not our land, but once he's claimed it all, it will be. You'll see how these guys' efficiencies are 80s up there, and that guy's efficiency is 90. That's because I gave him a task to do it. If I slap him, his efficiency is 100.
Right-click on any of your creatures, then watch. They'll toil a little faster, but also suffer modest injury. Good. Now build. Click on the flashing tab to see the choice of rooms. Select the symbol of the bed. Then make a lair that's big enough to hold as many creatures as can be attracted through your portal. 3 by 5 will prove sufficient. Remember, such constructions cost you gold.
Yes. So we want that and that. So normally a creature's efficiency is 80. If you give them a job to do, it'll go up by 10%, and if you slap them, it'll go up by 10%. Building a lair now.
Your lair is built. Now right-click to cancel building mode.
Now if you see our goblin, he will now go and make a home. Going in the corner there. There we go.
Your goblins are rested,
Oops.
but hungry. Dig out the flashing area and build a hatchery for food. Just as you built a lair for sleep.
We've attracted more goblins because we've got more area to live in, but they have no food. Eventually they'll start getting unhappy. This is our creature tab, and there's our room tab. We'll have 2 more coming up there eventually. And we have 3 goblins right now. I can ask what they're doing. 2 of them are doing nothing, and 1 is idling, so... yeah, they're all idling now. Don't know what they're doing nothing. This is combat, and that's happiness, which I'll have it on all the time. So they're all happy. Happy, unhappy, and angry. Angry creatures will leave. Keep your creatures happy.
Build a hatchery. Click here. Select the symbol of the chick. Then click over empty tiles of land you've claimed to build the hatchery. Good progress, Keeper. See? Your goblins are well rested in their lair, and their bellies full with juicy chicken flesh.
Yeah, the hatchery is actually a hatchery.
For very soon, more goblins will arrive, and then your numbers will be strong enough to challenge Lord Antonius.
We see one of them might actually pick up a chicken and eat it. There we go. Om nom 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 nom. Whole. You can also slap chickens and kill them. See, the game has a sense of humour. Morbid, yes, but a sense of humour nonetheless. Now it's going to wait until we have a certain number of goblins. I believe 6.
I sense a breach. The servants of Antonius have broken through your walls, and you can move your gaze to see them now by right-clicking on the flashing blade.
There.
Up this time, for it is only dwarfs. Too feeble as they are, pose little threat against your goblins.
Yeah, in this game, dwarves are even weaker than goblins. Their health, if you haven't guessed, is these petals around their flower. And that one's almost dead. There he is.
Hapless enemy dwarfs are being crushed. Observe the white health flowers which appear above them. When they're near to death, you'll see that only one last petal shows.
Would I have different rooms? I could drag these into a prison now, where I can either convert them or raise them as skeletons. Or I could wait for them to die, because they're kind of knocked out now, and drag them into a graveyard to make vampires. But that's much later in the game. There's a secret round here. There it is. Just there. There it is. That's a secret.
Your goblin force is large enough to challenge Lord Antonius for his portal gem. Tunnel north and you will find your smug opponent skulking in his keep.
So if I click that, it will raise... Oh.
I see you have discovered a magical item.
Raise all my minions by 1 experience level. So he's level 4 now. I click that.
Your creatures have been blessed with experience.
Level 5. And these are all level 2. When the dwarves died, they left us gold, so I can take that and put it with the rest of it to get 16,000 again. Not that it matters because we're going to go up this way and kill the goodly Lord Antonius. Because this is going to be a major fight, I shall gather my goblins up. So I have them all in my hand now, ready to drop on him. Or near him.
Away, Keeper! You shall not taint Smilesville with your evil ways!
He speaks, the feeble Lord Antonius. See how the petals of his white health flower are of a special shape. This marks him down as your prime target. Take him out.
When you drop your creatures, they become stunned for a little while. So I'm not going to drop them right near him. Different creatures are stunned for different amounts of time. Regardless, he's going to die. Goblin Swarm!
Bravo, Keeper. Lord Antonius is fallen. The portal gem lies aside his helpless form, in wait for Horny to collect it, so it's yours. And comes he now.
Yeah, this is Horny. He's a Horned Reaper. You can summon him later in the game. He's kick-ass. He only stays for a while, and he drains all of your mana, but he's basically who you're working for. We'll just let him get it, and then we will exit. The patch, actually, the 1.7 patch, lets you press escape to continue, and you can actually keep playing this dungeon if you wanted to. You know, if you wanted it to take shape. But we're not going to do that. But it was a nice little touch that they added, because normally when you finished a level, it would just, you know, automatically end. But you can play forever if you want.
Devise new spells in the library. The training room lets creatures improve their combat skills. Well done, Keeper. You have successfully ended the life of Lord Antonius, and you have claimed your first portal gem as well. This is a most promising start.
Good, that's the first level done. And we saw at the end of that level, as well as the bonus video that you get after every single level, that we get some rooms next time. We get a... What do we get? A training room and a library. So that's what we get next time for next level. That's what we unlocked. Also, I realised that I didn't save once during that, and I said I would, but luckily it hasn't crashed yet. It seems to crash more when more stuff's going on. So I think for that one we're okay. But yeah, in the future I need to remember to save more. Oh, Variax, there we go. You see, I've already played that level before and got a worse score. That was just like a test.